Ahí no se enchuma, ¿no?
Right. The privacy, yeah. This would be like,
Bro, we need a...
yeah.
What país es ese?
Nope. Otro. Yeah.
What país es
Let me get it.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. Hey guys, welcome. All right, we're so glad that everybody showed up for day 3. Stop learning salsa steps, my married salsa instructors. Okay, if you want to pack your salsa classes, the worst thing you can do is to continue to go and get more training for your dance. Okay, it's time to change. So if you showed back up for day 3 today, you're ready to stop learning more steps, which steps are fun. We love to learn steps, right? But if you are ready to start or grow or fix your salsa company, you got to stop learning steps and you have to start mastering real business principles. Take that artist inside of you, take those business principles that you're going to learn, put them together, and you're going to have something amazing. So welcome back. We're so excited. I'm Jackie, and this is Waldo. You guys know that if you're tuning back into day 3, okay? Let's say you jump in, you're like, wow, that sounds awesome. I want to learn how to stop learning salsa steps and start mastering business principles. All right, if you're a married salsa instructor, this challenge is definitely for you guys. You can catch up. You can watch all of the replays. All you have to do is go to our very private Facebook group. It's called Pack Your Salsa Class Challenge. And I believe that Waldo has put that link below. All you have to do is click. There's no obligation, no fee, no charge, nothing, just to join the group. And you can watch all of our live replays in the group under the guide section, okay?
Make sure to click in the chat, not in the screen.
Yes.
It's in the chat.
In the chat. Okay, so really quick recap of everything we've been learning. We decided to do this challenge for a lot of reasons. All right, but Monday, we talked about foundations. We talked about why you definitely should be having a successful salsa company from the beginning. It doesn't take years. It doesn't take thousands of dollars. It doesn't take, a lot of pain like we went through, okay? You should be able, with a desire to have a successful salsa company, all right, you should be able to do that from day 1. Then on Tuesday, we talked about all of the requirements, like all the things it's going to take and whether or not you were truly ready to start your Salsa Company journey, okay? Today is going to be the best day yet. All right, why is it going to be the best day? Because we're going to talk about one of the most important things. That's your why and your who. Why do you do what you do? And who is it that you're going to serve? Who is going to be your perfect salsa student? Because let me tell you, it ain't everybody, okay? There's a common misconception. It's not our fault, all right? Our mentors taught us that we need to, in order to pack classes, we need to be master instructors, we need to be professional performers, and we need to open and have this available to anybody who wants to walk through the door, okay? That's a lie. That is a lie. That is not true. That is not the way to actually feel fulfilled, feel passionate, to be happy, and also to pack your salsa classes, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to dive straight into it. Waldo is the master of stick figures right now. And he's going to talk to you about something that is literally one of the two most important things you will need to know if you're looking to start or grow or fix your salsa company in order to pack those salsa classes, okay? And it is something that you need to write down. You need to take notes on this. It is called the why. The why. The reason you're doing what you're doing. So hit it, Eddie.
All right. And this is what, so you understand the concept of what we're trying to do here, right? Every time you're trying to do something new, is obviously you're going to go down the path, right, of pain to be able to master it, get to here, right? Let's see, probably you are right here and you want to be successful the way we're doing it, right? So the problem you do it by yourself is going to be painful, right? And many of you guys are not even going to make it. So our goal is to create a bridge.
We're going to create a bridge just for you guys, you married salsa instructors.
Right? And that's what we did the class in 5 days, right? So this is day 1, this 2, day 3, 4, and 5, right? So this is the principle to grow any business, right? Without having to go all this path here, right? This takes us like 15 years to get here, right? Going down here. Yeah, I'm sure you don't want to do the same thing. Many of you guys are already doing it, right? I know people that even do this, double this. You still not all the way over here, right? But it takes a very long time, right? For other people, they don't even know yet, right? They actually have a problem, right? Thankfully, we meet a guy that shows how bad we was doing it, right? And it helped us to get here, right? But now, one of the biggest reasons that you need, right, is no motivation. Why? Because motivation wore out, right? It won't last you long.
You're going to get tired. You're going to get stressed. If you're like, oh, yeah, we're just motivated. At some point, you're not going to feel motivated.
Right. So that's the reason why we say the why is the more important part, right? Like, so for example, for me, my why is my family. Jackie, Junior. Sometimes I don't want to get out from bed, right? So Jackie, you can ask Jackie, my whole life that she knows me, I always used to say, I know I'm a morning person, right? So I used to never get up early. Right?
Okay, when we first met, I have to tell you guys this. When we first met, obviously, like a lot of you guys, okay, we met dancing, all right? That's our story. We have a really interesting story. We met on the dance floor, okay? We were party people in our younger years, okay? We would be out till 4 a.m., like many of you guys still are, all right? Or we'd wake up at like noon, okay? That was like our plan. We're like, yeah, our why is to go out and party and have fun, right? Like that was awesome at that time, okay? Before we really got interested in the business principles that we need to succeed at our business. All right. So Waldo would always be like, yeah, I cannot go to bed before 3 a.m. And I promise you guys, like that was the truth. He could not go to bed before 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Okay. He would sleep all morning. So that is true. I can vouch for that.
But now I'm the person that get up first. And most of the time, the ones who go late to sleep. Right? Why? Because I have a strong why. Right? And the way I did it is all mindset. Now, I want you to understand this. If you have a company that's failing, it's because what you have here is not serving you.
But it's not your fault, guys. Okay. If you guys are like us, we know you're out there. We know you're watching. Okay. If you're like us, you're doing the thing, you're doing the classes, you're going day to day. All right. But you may not have this why perfected, and it's not our fault. You want to know why it's not our fault? Okay. Because we did everything our mentors told us. All right. We learned how to dance. We did the performance thing. We went out and we tried to find and open classes in a nightclub or a bar or a restaurant or whatever. We like did all the things. Okay. We tried everything. But we didn't have a clear why. We didn't have a clear purpose for like, okay, wait a second, back up. Why did we get into this? Why do we even want a salsa company? Okay. We could just go and be doing our 9-to-5 jobs and probably at the time be making more money or whatever it was. But it wasn't until we changed this that we really blew up and became successful. So guys, if you hear nothing else today, all right, hear this new idea of the why, because I can promise you a couple of years ago was the first time I'd ever heard it myself. And I've been dancing for 15 years or more. Okay.
Yeah. The reason is because nobody teaches it. Well, some people teach it, but not like the school system, they should teach this.
Right.
But why? So what's my why? My why is the purpose, right? Why I'm doing what I'm doing, right? But most of the time people fail in this because they're trying to do it for themselves, or it's trying to do it for the money, or trying to do it just to get late, for the fame.
Right.
So you have shallow reasons, it's never gonna work. But to me, my family is the more important part. But sometimes to actually hack my own brain, and be able to like push my brain to actually do the things that are important for me, I had to push myself in a situation in my mind, because you have to understand something. This is something that not many people teach, right? It's like your brain cannot see a difference between good and bad, right? This is why even it's bad, you eat burgers and fries. Right?
We love burgers and fries.
You go to McDonald's, right? It's not a good food for you, but you still eat it, right? That's because your brain don't have a distinction, right? So what I did is like, I always I imagine myself, right? While watching myself in a bed, right? Yeah, I see the suffer and pain of my wife and my kid watching me there, right? So that made me so much, not energy, but give me a really strong reason to get out of bed and work.
Right, guys. Right? And so Waldo doesn't just lay in bed all day thinking about his own death. The reason that sometimes it's important to imagine like the worst thing that can happen is that because it takes you back to the reason. It takes you back to that really true hard heart reason. All right. We all know that we got into this maybe for similar reasons, maybe different. Maybe a friend drug us to come to a dance class. Maybe we really liked that girl that we saw all across the dance studio. Whatever it was that took us there. Okay. For us, it was different reasons. All right. But in order to get to your reason, like the why are you wanting this company? Okay. It has to be deeper. All right. It has to be, this is your reason. Okay. And if the reason for you right now is money, we just want to make a lot of money. That's not going to be good enough. If your reason for starting a salsa company is you just want to learn more steps, you just want to keep learning steps, like it's not going to be deep enough for you to maintain, to go the distance for what it takes to have a successful salsa business, a company. All right. So for Waldo, his why is his family, his son. And to make that feel deeper, he kind of imagines what it would be if we were looking at him in the worst situation possible. Okay. For me, it's a similar idea. My why, my reason is because I want to look back in 20 years. I want to look back in 10 years when my son grows up, watching us go after our dreams, going after our why. All right. So my reason is my son. Okay. I want to look back in 20 years and I want him to see this thing that we created out of a passion that was able to go the distance to help the people that we want to serve. Okay. So I want you to keep that in mind, the why. And I want you to ask yourself this question in your mind right now. We're going to come back to this, but why is it that you're interested to start a salsa company, grow a salsa company, or fix your salsa company? Like, why are you doing it? And guys, we know a lot of salsa company owners who have failed in the past couple of years. I would say in the past 5, 6, 7 years, right? Just totally shut down. We can't do it. It's not profitable. Maybe they have a love for salsa, went into something else. Maybe they went into real estate or went back to their 9 to 5, or whatever the case may be. But they stopped their passion because I believe their why wasn't deep enough. Their reason for doing it was not something that's going to stand the test of time. So guys, what is that why for you? Why are you so passionate about the Salsa Company, about starting it, about thinking about it? What brought you to us, right? You're obviously seeking and looking for mentorship and help, okay? So we're going to come back to the why. We're going to go a lot deeper in our 30-day small group coaching program called the Salsa Business Bootcamp, all right? But I just wanted to showcase that because it's so important, okay? So these three things you see here, you've got 3 circles, okay? In order for you guys to have a really successful salsa company, okay, you have to master these 3 things first. You have to know your why. Why do you want to be a salsa instructor and have a booming, successful salsa company? You would think that would be like an easy answer, right? You'd be like, oh, yeah. It's not. It takes a lot of like inner work and reflection to be like, wow, why do I really want to do this, okay? After the why, you have something that's probably just as important, and that is your who, okay? Your who. Who is your perfect, if you could dream up a perfect salsa student, okay? I'm hoping you guys can see this. I'll get out of the way, okay? Who would it be? And that also like seems like a really easy question to answer. Well, my perfect salsa student is anybody that wants to take my class. Wrong, okay? That is the wrong answer. Again, not your fault. That's what we answered. When we started taking trainings with our business coaches and our business mentors, okay, the first thing they asked us is, guys, who do you want to serve? Like, who do you want to work with? Okay. And we talked a little bit yesterday about a leader. A leader does serve their students, their clients, but they serve their perfect student, the one they want to serve. And that makes it mutually beneficial. Waldo told you a story yesterday about how, you know, when we first started out, we just advertised to everybody. Everybody's welcome. Everybody this, anybody. Okay. And we had a lot of problems. All right. We were tired. We got burnt out. We were doing things we didn't want to do. All right. And we didn't have the right who. We did not have the right who. We did not know in our heart, like, who is it that I really, 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 really want to serve? Who do I love? What kind of student really excites me? Okay. And Waldo and I, we've created this system for you guys for salsa. I'm going to take this around. If you want to screenshot that really quick, we're going to come back to it. Okay. But on the board beside you, Waldo is going to map out. Okay. And we're going to have and provide a PDF with this as well. So be part of your homework. But this saved us. This step that Waldo's doing helped us figure out who our perfect salsa student was. And if you're not the perfect student for that company, they can find where it does suit them. But guys, in order to have a fulfilling salsa business and company, to stand the test of time, you need to be working with people that are perfect for you. Okay? So we're going to go through an example of this, and hopefully this will be like, because I know for us, like when we first started talking and thinking and developing this training, we were like, this makes no sense. We need to advertise to everybody. But after we did this, guys, it changed our life. So I'm gonna let Waldo walk through this with you, and then we're gonna give some examples. Yeah, go ahead and erase that.
All right, guys. So one of the easy questions to do this, right? I don't know, you want to write our sample?
Yeah. Okay.
Is that you need to figure out one problem. Now, I'm gonna go really quick some of the stuff so you understand the concept. Right? For example, one of the major business in the world right now, it was because somebody solved one problem for one specific person. Let's take for example surfing. Right? One of the biggest problems the surfers used to have is they like to surf, but the water where they surf is super freezing cold. Right? So they wanted to surf, but the water was cold. So what they did, one surfer, they want to figure out how can I keep surfing, right? What can I create to fix my own problem? So he creates something really uncomfortable. I don't know how they're called, but some suits that are really tight to your body, but it keep you warm even you are in cold water. Right?
Like a bodysuit, those bodysuits, right?
So he created that, and now probably he's billionaire, right? Because he solved one problem for himself. And now, at the same time, now he solved the problem so anyone who wants to surf, right, in cold water, right? With one specific person, because I do not surf, right? So I will not buy that product.
He does not surf.
Right? So he created his crew is people that want to surf in cold water, right? So it was a specific person, right, with a specific problem.
Yeah.
Now, for a company, we do the same thing, right? So we figure out who we really want to serve, because it had to be somebody that really need us, and they really like each other.
And the key here, guys, before we start going through some examples with you, is to be specific. Like, don't be scared to be like, I kind of only want to serve this type of person.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Another example really quick, and then we'll get into how this applies to our salsa companies. Okay. Let's say there was another person that we recently read about in one of our trainings. Okay. That they only wanted to work with men over 55 who were cyclists who had a concussion. Right. So the problem, all right, and we're going to go a lot deeper with this in our 30-day training. Okay. But the problem, they only wanted to help men over 55 who were bike riders, cyclists, who had a concussion and suffered from brain fog. Right. And so that was the problem. Okay. They helped men over 55, right, who were cyclists, who had concussions. That was a problem. And so then they took that and said, okay, well, that's the problem. How do we fix it? Solving the problem. All right. And that's where they developed whatever they were selling to that person. Okay.
Now, here in the United States, let's say you live in the United States, an easy problem that you can be aware is like, let's say I'm an American person that marry a Latino or a Latina. Right? So then you have a problem. Right? So let's say if I'm American and you marry a Latina, she's going to want to go to party all the time. If I don't know how to dance, I have a problem, because then she's gonna wanna dance, and she's gonna dance with other guys.
Right.
That might be pleasant, right? Or vice versa. Right? Maybe you marry an American woman, and I'm a Latino, but I love to go out to dance, and then she doesn't know how to dance. Now she has a problem.
We have a problem.
So as a company, right, or as a salsa instructor, what your problem? You be aware of somebody's problem. This is not about like white people, black people, Latino. No, it's just in general, right? So what people is marrying somebody they actually love to dance.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you solve the problem for that person, they will love forever to you, and they will pay you whatever you charge.
I mean, you can even think, if you're like, I don't know, this was the first step. Like, I help who? Okay. You can't put here, guys, you can't put I help people. That's not specific enough. So if you don't know where to start, think back to how you started, right? Like who were you at the time? All right, maybe you want to say, I help busy single working professionals, right? Like maybe that's who you want to help. Or I want to help college students learn, how to dance. Or maybe I want to say, I want to help couples learn to have fun again through whatever. And what you're going to find, guys, and we're going to teach this down the line in our Salsa Business Bootcamp program, is that once you know who you want to help specifically, okay, then it's easier to really go and find them, to market to them, to know and kind of figure out who their identity is so that you can bring them into your classes. Okay, so maybe you help. Should we write that out there?
Sure.
Okay, this is just an example. All right, maybe you help busy working professionals. Okay. Let me tell you, can I be transparent? Like we like to be real here. Okay. When we changed our advertising, this is just one of the advertisings that we might use. All right. Guess what we got when we started actually saying, hey guys, we help busy working professionals. We got busy working professionals to come to our class. So the next step is, once you know who it is, you're going to go deeper with this. Okay. The second step is, what do you help them with? What do you help them with, right? Like, remember my 55 plus men who are bikers. Okay. What did they need help with? This is where their problem is. Okay. So this is the problem. What is their problem? Okay. So my cyclists, all right, their problem is they have brain fog. Okay. So we're going to help them. What am I going to help my busy working professionals with? Maybe they just want to escape and have fun, right? They want to escape their busy work week, right? A lot of people that currently come to our classes right now, because we have advertised to busy working professionals, a lot of them that come to our classes just want to have fun. fun they're so busy, they want to escape that by doing something fun. Okay. You can do that. All right. If maybe you want to help, like I said, college girls learn how to dance on your dance teams, whatever it is. Okay. You got to know who your who is. Guys, you can go a step further. You can name them. We name all of our perfect students. Like, we call them out by name. So for example, like we are just going to give this scenario a name. Okay. So maybe we'll call these people, like, this is Joe. Okay. Or maybe Joe and Susie. I don't know. All right. You can give your people, your perfect salsa students, a name, Joe and Susie. So I help Joe and Susie. They're busy working professionals with having fun, escaping their busy work week. And a lot of you guys right now are thinking like, wow, this is way too much. Like, I just want to help people. I promise you guys, this is going to help you. Okay. You're going to get the kind of people that you're seeking out that you want to serve. Right. All right. So the third step, if you're trying to figure out who is your perfect salsa student that you want to advertise to, okay, you're going to start with, so we have I help, we have with, and by. You're going to add the word by in there, okay? So if we're rolling with this example, let's go back to our men over 55 cyclers, okay? They wanted help with their brain fog, okay? By, all right, the by is the what. What are you going to provide them? What are we going to give them to work on that brain fog? I mean, for them, it might have been a supplement of some kind or whatever. How are we going to help busy working professionals escape and have fun? Well, guess what? That's the thing that you're ultimately going to provide them to solve their problem. So here in one of our perfect salsa students advertising methods we use is we said, well, we're going to help them by providing a salsa boot camp or, a salsa class.
Or salsa party.
Or salsa party, whatever it was, or salsa event. We really focused in on what exactly we were going to provide them, all right, so that they came to whatever we were providing. We did not say, I help people with things and gave classes. It's not good enough, guys. It's not going to bring those people in, okay? So again, just to recap, who do you help? Who do you want to help? One thing I want to mention is that your who, you can have several different who's, okay? You can say, yeah, I you know what? I like helping this type of people, but I like helping, but start with one. Start with one. Get those people in packing your classes and then do a different perfect student, okay? So keep that in mind. It doesn't always have to be Joe and Susie, whatever. We like to name ours. We like to pretend they're real people. Like we print out pictures of our perfect salsa students, okay? And I know it sounds really creepy, doesn't it? It's like, what, do what? All right, they're fictional, but like we know who they are, all right? And we post them. We have them everywhere. So we know, and we're always asking like, wait, what do Joe and Susie want? What are their problems, okay? Especially when we're going through our marketing, okay? So we help them by providing class. The next step is going to be without. You're like, without, what's that mean? Okay, so what is the thing that they don't have to have to get this? All right, so maybe our busy working professionals that want to escape and have fun by coming to your class, they don't have to have any partner. Okay, they don't have to have a partner and they don't have to have experience. And guys, this is just an example. I mean, your perfect salsa student, depending on what it is you're trying to promote, right? Like your advanced class perfect salsa student is different than our beginner perfect student. Does that make sense? Right? We would never have our advanced dancers coming to some of our beginner boot camps. We have a lot of beginner boot camps, okay? All right, so I know a lot of people are commenting in. Let me finish this right here, and we're going to get straight to the comments and take a break and check in with you guys. All right, so they don't have to have a partner, and they don't have to have experience. Last but not least, okay, even if, can they see this, honey? All right, so give them some guarantees here, right? Give them some guarantees. And for this particular Joe and Susie that we've created, okay, Maybe even if you have 2 left feet, okay? You don't have any timing. You don't have any rhythm, okay? Maybe even if they don't have a lot of money, whatever it is, whatever the case may be, okay? So I want to walk you through this. Guys, this is just the beginning, all right? This is just the beginning. This is just to give you guys a little nugget of things to be thinking about, just things to be thinking about. We have a whole in-depth training, all right, coming at you. Yeah, let's get rid of that for face. They can see. Yeah, they can see the bottom. All right, great. You can screenshot this, whatever you need to do. All right, so let's back up and take a look about how we're going to stop learning salsa steps in order to pack our challenge by figuring out who we want to serve. Who is your perfect salsa student, okay? And then once you master that, you can create a different perfect salsa student, all right? But this is going to definitely help you when you get into your marketing. So let's recap. Number 1, who you guys want to help? Maybe you just want to help couples, right? Like, you can start your company based on helping couples. That's totally fine. We've done that before. All right. You'll get a class of couples. Right. That's how it works. Maybe you really like working with just people that have dance experience. Right. Okay. Whatever the case may be. You're going to help whoever with what? Okay. What is their problem? What is their problem? For our busy working professionals that we've advertised to, they want to escape the busy work week and they need something fun to do that's in a classy environment, that's somewhere where they can learn and maybe meet people, okay? But they want to escape and have fun, all right? By what? Well, what are you going to provide for them? What's the solution? Well, we give our salsa boot camps, okay? That's a course for people that have absolutely no experience. We market to professionals, okay? And guess what? We get that perfect salsa student that comes. We provide that specific class just for beginners, just for professional working people that want to escape their busy work week. And then finally, I don't know if y'all can see on the bottom, well enough that you get rid of that. Even if what, okay? So provide a little bit more support for them, all right? Even if they have 2 left feet. Maybe they can't even dance. They have no time. All right, even if they don't practice, okay? We always tell our students, if you come, you need to practice, blah, blah. Maybe you're a perfect salsa student. You don't care if they practice. You just want to help who, with what, buy this, what's the solution, and then give them a little extra. You don't have to have this, and you don't have to have this. Okay? So that was a very short kind of like dissection of the perfect salsa student. And I'm just going to be real with you guys. And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, and it's okay. Okay? We're used to it. It wasn't until we did this that our salsa company really tried to really blossomed. It wasn't until we did this that we became happier with our company, less burnt out, and enjoyed the work that we were doing. Okay? Let me repeat that. It was not until we found and advertised and marketed and started working with our perfect salsa students. And I'm not saying this is your perfect salsa student. Okay? Yours could be different. All right? But it wasn't until we found our why and our who, okay, that we really started to enjoy again and really became successful marketing and targeting to those people so we could pull them into our classes. Okay? All right. So Waldo's going to talk to you a little bit about the next phase, and I hope you got a screenshot of this because we're going to go back to our diagram.
You know, you have to understand this. We live in a world where everybody's face is in this. All right? So it's a busy world. So it's a lot of noise. Just imagine it's a full room full of people where everybody's talking, right? So the best way that you can communicate with a person, let's say I'm in the room, is to call the person's name. Right?
Call them out.
If somebody say, hey, Waldo, then I will turn because I hear somebody's calling. When you have this information, you know exactly which person you want to talk to you, right? Even they are busy in the screens watching, right? You're going to be able to talk to them if they want to be able to hear you because you know who's the person you want to talk to, right? You know exactly what to say, right? So he put attention to you. This is why this part is very, very important.
So at this point in our training, like I said, I told you all it's going to be the most important day. You hopefully, as part of your homework, where you figure out why you do what you do, go back to that. Now you're going to work on, all right, who it is. Who does you really want to teach? Who do you love to teach? We love beginners, okay? Like that's our specialty. We love beginner boot camps, all right? And we're going to talk to you a little bit tomorrow about the how. How are you going to align these things to really pull them into your classes? Okay?
All right. So with the how, so we were in the who.
Yeah.
So now you have to understand how we do this is how the classes we were using, so that way we can like provide who this guy needs. So either a woman or a man that really need a service. So we need to make sure that when I provide with something that actually help them to solve the problem they have. And the biggest problems in business, this is why like I think I saw a number that only 4% of businesses make it to 10 years long. So that means that more than 90% of the business fail. Why? It's because everybody do this thing backwards. So the more common ways to start a business is like you create a product first, a product that maybe you love it or you like to use, but then you're trying to find other people, you're trying to like sell it, you find out that after you spend money and time to create a product or service, then you find that people don't really want it. So we like to use a lot of psychology. That's how we learn from our mentors. So basically, so what we do it backwards. One of the easiest ways to create a good business is first find buyers. Right now, is people out there that really are ready to buy right now.
Right now at this moment from you.
So they're already searching in Google salsa lessons. So what I'm gonna do once I know who's my who, I will know exactly where to find it. In this day technology, I mean, it's easy to find people,
Right.
So let's say you like kitchen or you like to cook. It's easy to find a group that's about cooking. If you want to really know about people, maybe they want to learn how to dance salsa, you can go to your city, you type salsa, and then you check all the groups, and then you're going to find people that like salsa.
And guys, the reason we keep coming back to this model about how to grow your salsa company is that when you find out who, especially your who, right, you can target them, which is what Waldo is saying. And we're going to teach you part of our how, because you guys obviously are our perfect student right now, right? Married salsa instructors, okay? Our how is going to be to teach you some salsa business bootcamp principles, okay? So that's our how, all right? How are we going to provide you guys what you need, all right, is what we're going to talk about tomorrow, our salsa business bootcamp, all right? One of the things that I get so heated about, all right, Waldo gets the same way. Something we see in our salsa community is you have artists, right? You're probably an artist right now, okay? And then way over here, you have business people. How often do we actually see those things come together and align, right? Like you might see salsa companies that look like they're doing really well. You might see world champions that are traveling the world. But the bottom line, guys, is that our mentors generally, and you guys know you can agree with this, did not show us when we were learning how to dance, learning how to start a company, whatever it is. It was very difficult for us to even search and find people that would mentor us on the business side. So what we've done is we've created the how for you all so that you can create the how for your company, right? Through our Salsa Business Bootcamp. And again, we're going to talk about that framework tomorrow, okay? But when you have those principles, basically our goal is to take you, you're an artist and you're a good artist, okay? Even if you're a beginner, whatever. But whatever couple, whatever situation you're in, you love to dance, we know that. You guys are our perfect student, right? So we know a lot about you guys that are watching right now. You love to dance, you're in a couple, you're thinking about having your salsa company, or maybe you're struggling, right? And so once you have these things, tomorrow we're going to show you how exactly to do that through salsa business principles. We're going to take you the artist. We're going to take all we know about business, okay? 15 years of experience, lots of mentor coaching from millionaires who have already done business, and we fuse them together. And we want to give that to you guys, all right? You should be the #1 salsa dance company in your city. You should be. And you have the opportunity to do it, okay, if you just follow these simple business principles, okay?
Now, if you live in our city, this is how you can beat us, right?
Yeah, we are literally teaching you how to beat us if you live in our city, okay?
Now, you got to understand, we always say we drink our own Kool-Aid, right? We have our why to create this program that you see right now.
Yep.
We know our who, right?
That's you guys watching.
Yeah. And when you know who, you know the problems they have.
We know your problem. Oh, we've been there.
And we have a solution to your problem.
Now you might be asking, wow, how did you nail it? You knew exactly who I was. Because we were you. We were you. Okay, years ago. And that's how we know you guys so well.
Yeah. So we have one person, right, that we're talking to you right now. Right? And that's Waldo Jackie like 15 years ago when we started this
Little
journey.
Waldo and Jackie.
Right?
Yep.
So we remember the problems that we have at the
and
time.
the pain. Guys, I remember being 9 months pregnant, okay, with my son who's now 6, right? And going to salsa classes to teach, all right? Advertising, promoting. We used to print out big posters. Y'all remember the days, plaster them everywhere. One student shows up.
Yep.
One student with all the knowledge. We are professional dancers. We come from performance groups, blah, blah. But one student show up. We go home and literally cry.
Yeah.
We would go home. I would be crying like, oh, we're terrible company owners. But the reality is that it wasn't our fault. Okay. We didn't go to business school. All right. We didn't know about business. All we knew is that we had to keep doing more salsa steps, learning more salsa. I got to get on YouTube to learn my next step. I got to go to this Congress because I have to learn from the best. That didn't make us any money. That didn't lead us to financial freedom. We didn't know our why. We definitely didn't know our who. Okay. But it changed our lives. Okay. So we've got a little bit, we're going to end here for today because we went a little bit deep. We got a little bit excited, but it's because this is literally our favorite day. All right. You're going to go right now and answer 2 questions. You're going to answer 2 questions today. Okay. You can just do it by yourself. Just write it down. Like, why do I want to be a salsa instructor? Okay. Why do I want to have a salsa company? Maybe the answer is, I really don't. That's okay, guys. Maybe you took this training and you're like, dang, I don't really want to have a company. Maybe you took day 2 from yesterday and you saw all the requirements and you were like, whoa, all right. Or maybe you took our training, you're on day 3, you're like, wow, that is me. I want to do that. Okay. So think about, what is your why? Why do you want to do this? Do you want to think of yourself like in the future, right? Like where you are now, where you want to be, but like, what is your reason for wanting to do this? If it is money, if it is only money, you will fail, guys. If your whole goal for going to try to find students and this and that and have your classes is money, remember, you will fail. It has to be deeper. Your why has to be, well, I want to serve these type of people or my family or whatever that is, right? Like, what are you being called to do? So that's your first question. What is your why? Okay. Your next question that we want you to think about or answer for your homework, remember this is a challenge, all right, is who do you want to serve? Who do you want to serve? And the reason, we're not trying to get all preachy and everything like that, but we truly believe one of the things that are non-negotiables, like things we believe, is that everybody has the ability to serve, but you can't serve everyone, right? So who is it you want to serve? You can choose. And what do you know about them? Okay, you're a perfect student. Name them, write it down. I want to serve this type of student. Maybe it's simply only beginners. Okay, maybe you're a beginner salsa instructor. Okay, you can do classes just for beginner singles who are professionals who only have available Monday nights and only have 30 minutes and only have, $20, right? Like, you can be as specific as you want to call them out.
The city.
And they live in your city, right? But you are no longer going to market to everyone. You're going to stop doing that if you take away nothing else, okay? So you're not going to be marketing to everyone. You're going to be marketing to the one, okay? What type of student do you want to serve? So after you answer those 2 questions, we would love for you to go to our private Facebook group, our community, our family, all right? It's called Pack Your Salsa Class Challenge. And join the group, okay? And you can go live and you can just say, hey, I'm from wherever city and I do this because, and you don't have to, you don't have to share all of that, but you can, right? As much as you want, or just simply go live and say, hey, here's what I learned from your lesson today. Here's what I really enjoyed, or maybe I had this aha moment. All right, so go live and just tell us something you learned today. You don't have to share all your private whys and whos yet. Okay, maybe that's new. Maybe this is the first time you've ever heard this, that you need to stop learning salsa steps if you want to grow your business. All right. I know it was for me when we developed this program. Tomorrow, if you stick around, we're going to have some bonuses. We're going to have some fun. All right. We're going to talk to you about our how. We want to give you the Salsa business bootcamp principles. All right. So that you can go and then change your own company, having these frameworks to do it. Okay. So this just scratched the surface. As a special bonus for you guys staying for the third day of our challenge, we're going to be in the private Facebook group ready for live Q&As. So anybody that wants to join us, it's free. You literally just go into the group and say, where's the Q&A? We'll be there. If you want to ask us anything about the why, the who, and the how, it has literally rapidly changed our company in a matter of months. Okay. It's filtered out people we didn't want to serve. It's brought in people we do want to serve, and it's changed our lives. Okay. So we want to give that to you guys. We'll see you in the Facebook group for the next 30 minutes to answer your questions. Haynes, do you have anything to say? I know I talked a lot today, but I'm excited.
All right, we're good. All right, see you guys.
Bye. Love you guys.